Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker. Last weekend I took part once again with the Minister for Energy and Emissions Reduction, the Assistant Minister to the Prime Minister and Cabinet, and the Member for Lyne in the poly-pedal bike ride for Soldier On. I rode from Kin to Brisbane, stopping overnight at the Caloundra RSL in my electorate of Fisher, where we met with veterans at a special reception where we heard from Daniel Kieran VC talk about his experiences in Afghanistan and how he was awarded the Victoria Cross. The ride, as I said, was in support of Soldier On, a fantastic charity working to support servicemen and women, both past and present. In Fisher, I've also instigated, with the support of Australia Zoo and our local RSLs, a Sunshine Coast Veterans Day to add to the traditional ways that we recognise our veterans' service. On this day, during Veterans Health Week, ADF personnel, past and present, and their partners receive free entry into the zoo. They enjoy their world-class animal experiences and spend some time with other former servicemen and women at events throughout the day organised by Mates for Mates, among others. It is just another of the many ways that my community pay their respects to the servicemen and women of the Australian Defence Force. So why, Deputy Speaker, is it so important that we as a nation do as much as we can to support and to honour our servicemen and women, both past and present? It is because those men and women make such a huge contribution to our nation, often at a high cost to themselves and to their families that they leave behind. And I pay tribute to those members of this parliament who have served our ADF in uniform. They give us so much, Deputy Speaker, and they deserve our gratitude and support in return. I've been fortunate enough to see the men and women of our armed forces at work through the ADF parliamentary program, and I would strongly encourage any of our new members to avail themselves of that fantastic program. I've visited the Middle East region and spent time with troops who've been deployed on Operations Okra and High Road. I've travelled with HMAS Canberra and visited HMAS Cerberus, and recently I spent time on HMAS Melville off Fitzroy Island, where I met with two young Navy personnel, Executive Officer Sarah Barnett and Midshipman Darby Langton. I was pleased to learn that Sarah went to Mullaney High School in my electorate, while Darby attended Biwa High School. What I've seen has left me in absolutely no doubt of the massive contribution that the men and women of the ADF make to our nation. I've seen unmatched dedication, professionalism and commitment to our country. I've seen a willingness to sacrifice and an eagerness to serve in the words and deeds of hundreds, if not thousands, of Australian men and women as they quietly went about their work. We all know that the ADF keeps us safe. With their professionalism and their skill, they deter those who would seek to do us harm. If the worst were to happen and our nation was put under direct threat, they stand ready to defend us. Across the world, they work tirelessly to protect us from terrorism, and they patrol the seas to help stop the flow of harmful drugs into Australia. They secure our coastlines through Operation Sovereign Borders, and they keep shipping lanes safe for our commerce in waters all across the globe. At home, the ADF do a great deal to protect our economy and build local communities. When natural disasters like floods and cyclones hit, the ADF deploy to rescue those who are in danger, to protect property and to repair the destruction. Manufacturing the equipment of our troops requires support. Thousands of Australian workers, their doctors and nurses work in our health service and in every community where an ADF base is situated. They bring fresh and welcome prosperity. But the contribution of the ADF goes even further beyond our borders. Recently I joined the many colleagues for the 4th of July celebrations aboard visiting supercarrier the USS Ronald Reagan. The US and Australia are the closest of partners. At the heart of our partnership is the cooperation between our two militaries. We have stuck with each other through thick and thin since the trenches of World War I, as we've seen off the coast of Queensland just this week with Operation Talisman Sabre. That cooperation into the future will ensure that our two countries continue to enjoy that close working relationship.